hi everyone, so welcome to our Coffee Talk inclusive startup. So today I have with me Zijin, yes.
You can call me SJ.
SJ, so this time I'll call you SJ. Yeah?
Yes, no problem.
So SJ, you can call me AJ. Okay, call me AJ. Okay, so today it's going to be a very chill session. Okay, very chill session. We just want to know more about your journey with the Kind Place. And I think before that journey, because we're in RP, and from my understanding, you were from RP incubation. Were you from? Okay, you see the nervous laughter already. I mean something else. Okay, maybe SJ, you want to enlighten us how you got into RP.
Okay, so it was an interesting way of how I got affiliated to RP. I was actually part of a different accelerator program by Scape.
Okay.
And at Scape, there was another RP startup, Fogo Fungi.
Yes.
So Ryan, right?
Yes,
So then he and his team, they were there.
Okay.
And during the pitch day, RP was there. And that's where I met Boon Hong.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I met Boon Hong there, then he introduced me about RP startup system.
Yeah.
And I thought, whoa, that's so cool. Like why have I never heard of this before? And that's where I went to register as a startup with RP, and also went to do my the adult education programs here, so that I could be an alumni with RP.
Okay, just curious though, what was the course, the short course that you did?
Oh, I took prompt engineering.
What?
Prompt engineering.
Prompt engineering.
Yeah, so it's for like learning how to prompt AI. You know, all the new AI tools, like learning how to give it the right prompts, how to develop videos and make it be your little assistant, I guess.
I see. So, okay, I mean it's very new to me. Like I know about like AI, using the AI prompts, but I didn't know that you have a course for it. Like you can attend so you get a certification.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's just a short program.
Yes.
Yeah, and you learn how to then write the prompts well, because if we want the AI to respond to us in the way that we want it to do, we need to be very precise with what we send it, like the prompts that we tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from then on, you got into the RP incubation.
Yes.
Okay. So before that, I understand that A Kind Place was founded in 2021.
Yes.
So when were you in RP? Was it before A Kind Place was founded or after?
After so it was in 2023, I think.
Okay.
That's when I was introduced to RP. Yeah.
So you had A Kind Place first.
I had A Kind Place first.
And then after that you came to RP to incubate.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe I'm just curious. I know I have some ready questions, but I just want to go with the flow. But of course, if you guys have any questions on the floor, if you want to know more about SG's journey or about any information about RP incubation you're interested in, feel free to ask as well. Okay. So from 2021 to 2023, how were you running A Kind Place? Yeah, before you got into the incubation. Yeah.
So 2021, it actually was during COVID time when I first started out. I started out by myself, but at the time it was scary to start out because I never ran a company before. I'm a psychologist first, business woman second.
Okay.
So then, initially I just started off by getting my own clients and doing that on the side, but after that I decided I wanted to do more. So that's where I started A Kind Place in end of 2021. So I started off by myself, then I hired a few interns from Malaysia actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So I hired interns from Malaysia because I came out with my own money, so I needed to find something more affordable. Yeah. So I started off with hiring 2 Malaysian interns, and that's how I started my journey. In the first 2 years, it was again by myself with some support of projects that I had, I had 1 or 2 staff, slowly hired 1 or 2 staff, but turnover rate was quite high because we cannot afford a very high salary. So in Singapore, unfortunately, people want to get paid more. So they stay with us for a couple of months, get a higher paying job. And that's how we just go with the flow and kept running in the first 2 years.
Okay, it's tough, is it? Okay, so after that?
After that, actually, when I got introduced to RP, I was raving about it. Like I told everybody, wow, RP, the system is so good. You know, there's a space here, we can use the space here. So now sometimes my staff also come here. Then they have so many short courses, there are so many programs that we can go to. If I have questions, I can ask them. Everyone's so willing to help. I really felt very grateful when I was introduced to them.
You're just saying this out of your pure
genuine.
It's not paying her for any mentioning of the program.
So I think that it's very helpful because whenever you say you want to learn something, then they'll find ways to bring like domain experts to come in to teach. For example, like business valuation was something I really wanted to know about, and then they had the class on business valuation the last time. Then even like husband did a business model canvas with me to help me look at my business, and I also tell them like I want to expand to Malaysia. Then they give opportunities to like, okay, these are the grants that you can look at and stuff. So I thought that's very helpful.
So from then, like from 2021 to 2023, you engaged some intern from Malaysia, and then after that, when you got incubated in RP, do you still have your interns in Malaysia, or were they?
So one of my interns now is like our more part-time with us. So she works remotely still, but she has been with me from the start until now.
Is it the Malaysian one?
Malaysian one. Because she's super amazing. Like she's amazing. I hope when she sees this, she will know that she's super amazing. Then my clinic manager is also in Malaysia. She is also another super amazing staff. Actually, everyone with me, they're all super amazing.
I mean, sidetrack a bit because I think when you want to engage someone remotely, right, it's really a touch and go kind of thing. You know, it's a touch and miss kind of thing. You know, like sometimes you will find gems, and then sometimes you just have really bad experience. So I guess it's really like you can count your lucky stars for getting you. I mean, being introduced to them at a very early stage.
So I mean, I have had to let people go throughout this journey, of course. So I've had some not so ideal hires, but I also have amazing hires, amazing employees that have been with me since almost the start, or have been with me for almost 2 years now. Which I think that I'm very, very lucky to have them.
I'm just curious, what was the deciding factor for you to actually let them go?
So
because I understand, because some of us some of us who are running businesses, we outsource, and then I also have some solopreneurs, when they hire someone, they get too attached emotionally that it became they keep closing one eye, but they know that it doesn't help the business. So they have issues in how do we nicely let them go. So how did you do it?
Typically, so there's been quite a number of people that I've let go, unfortunately, during this whole journey. When it comes to therapists, that one is actually quite clear for me. If a therapist is not able to serve the clients well, for example, if clients no longer come back, or if I ask the therapist, hey, do you need help? And they continue to say no, but then we don't receive good feedback from the clients. And if they steal clients from us, because some of them are freelancers, right? So then if they steal clients from us, then that is a very easy, I'm sorry, our values don't align. Maybe you might want to, we'll let you go. You can take whatever clients that you take, and then,
So they will take your clients, then they leave, then you let them go?
Let them go, yes.
Wow.
Because we don't want it to get messy. If that's their values, then unfortunately we don't want to have anything to do with them. And ultimately, why we'll let the clients go is because if the therapist can serve the clients and they are happy with that therapist, who are we to tell the clients, no, you must stay with us? I think that's not fair. Yeah, especially because it's mental health.
Yes, okay. So now that we're in the topic, I think we haven't, we straight went to okay, maybe I'll just share a bit more about what a kind place is and what are the services that you provide and what are your values. Yeah.
Sure. Oh, you asked me?
Yes, because you talk about therapist, then some people like, man, is therapist approach? So maybe we just talk about what a kind place is.
Okay.
Contextualize things.
So, a kind place, we are a social enterprise that provide inclusive mental health services.
Okay.
So when I say inclusive mental health services, we do counseling, talks and workshops, and also special needs training. Yeah, and right now we are also building a tech product. So we are using wearable devices to be able to track physiological changes in a person in order to detect whether or not they are stressed or not, and then provide timely intervention for them.
Yeah, so that's essentially what a kind place is. Okay, so now to some serious questions. Of course, on the floor, if you have any questions, feel free to like drop in between us. So, when did you realize this wasn't just a business opportunity, but something you had to build? Because you did mention, you were doing as a therapist, and then after that, you realized that okay, this is something more than that. So then, when did you realize it wasn't just a opportunity, but something you had to build?
I think it's so during the time that I was working with Minds.
Yes.
Right. So before this, I was an employee for maybe 8 years or so. Before that,
yeah,
I worked for people. Similar industry, I guess. So both the special needs and mental health space.
Okay.
So but different companies.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just that every time I work for someone else, I realize that I'm working for someone else's dream. And also because there was this gap, I really think that mental health is something that's very important. But then whenever I'm at doing special needs related stuff, not everyone agrees with me. So they don't think that mental health is very important for people with special needs, which then it's very frustrating. Yeah, as a therapist. So it was something that I wanted to do different, and I knew there was so many trainings that I wanted to do. There was so much therapy I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But when I worked for someone else, I couldn't do it.
Okay, when you say you couldn't do it, is it because they didn't align to how maybe your vision or your values, or it's just that they don't have the resources for it? What was the thing that's stopping them?
It's a mix, right? So it's either that's not where the company direction is going, that is not services that they want to provide, or don't create more work for your colleagues.
Okay, something we all can relate to, sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was how. Okay, then after when you realized that you couldn't do things your way, and there was a lot of I would say rejections, right? Rejections to your idea, and that was when this is it. I think this is time for me to go out and create something for myself.
Yeah.
And then there's no turning back.
Yeah, no turning back. I'm here.
Okay. Then maybe let's say if your startup disappeared tomorrow. Okay. Let's say your startup disappeared tomorrow. What specific pain would return to the world? Because you mentioned that there's so many things that you want to. There's a lot of things that you advocate, right? For mental health, for special needs. If let's say a kind place disappeared tomorrow, what would be a specific pain that would return? In your opinion?
I think especially for the people with special needs, the caregivers will not really know where to turn in terms of mental health services, especially for the teenagers and adults who have special needs. Children, there's a lot of services, but as they grow older, there's lesser and lesser services that is provided for them, whether it's one-on-one therapy or whether it's group training, specifically in the field of mental health. So emotional regulation, social skills. Yeah.
Any reason why? Is it because the older we are, the people think we are more mature, we can handle ourselves, or what do you think?
You want the harsh truth?
What do you guys think? You want harsh truth or the sugarcoat truth?
Harsh.
Okay, harsh. The harsh truth. Why?
The money lies in the children.
Sorry?
The money lies in the children.
I see.
Yeah, so many therapy centers, they cater to children because they know parents are willing to spend on their children. So they are willing to pay for therapy services for kids.
Yes.
But as they grow older, can you imagine you have to continue paying for your adult child with special needs? Whether it's therapy services, whether it's education, and they cannot hold a job. They might not be able to hold a job for themselves in the future. So there's not a lot of money in this, right? So and then it's a difficult sector to serve also because it's tiring. It's tiring. It's a lot of hard work. Sometimes you have to face meltdowns or aggression. Burnout rate is very high in this field as well. So.
Okay. As you were mentioning, right, when as their kids, their children. Okay, so the parents support them, and then when they become a teenager, and when you mentioned when the parents has it difficult to support them, like do they take away the therapy from I'm just imagining a child, right, growing up, right? They become children, eventually they will grow up, right? Become teenager and adult. Then does that mean that halfway through they stop therapy and then what then happens?
Usually, I think after they graduate from spec school, special education school, then there might not be as much therapy services also.
Okay, so the services, so it's not just it's a not say demand supply kind of thing, but then also there's not much services readily available for them.
Yeah, because most therapists, right, they are trained to work with children.
Yes.
If they are trained to work with children, it's children with special needs is the educational therapist. But as they grow older, then the clinical psychologists are also not always very interested in working with this population. So then it's who serves them, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you realize it in your line of work? You notice this gap, in your line of work, or later on you realize, hey, there's not much services out there, and therefore we are going to focus, the company is going to focus on teenagers and adults.
It's in my line of work because I have always worked with teenagers and adults.
Okay. So in your line of work then, do you realize that there is a shortage of services or programs suited for them?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I mean, I'm very new to this. I'm very new to this space in terms of mental health and special needs. Though I do advocate for it, I do fully support for it. Okay, then maybe in your line of journey, right? What is the most memorable experience that you have with? I don't have to say the name, but just the experience. What was the most memorable to you?
When I came out to start a kind place.
And then after that, you have your teenagers and adults, right, coming in, or some of your clients. What was the most memorable experience?
I think there's a few. Usually it's there's so many different experiences coming up in my head right now.
I understand. Can you pick the most that always maybe it keeps coming back to you, or something that impacted you unknowingly?
Yeah, so I think most of the time, right, it's my trainers who do a lot of the training, right? And whenever I go to the classes or whenever I listen to what the caregivers say to the trainers, at the beginning of class, so for example, there was this boy at the beginning of class. He was someone that couldn't participate very much in the class. He might get rowdy, walk around the class, and the mom has to sit with him in the class. Right? Now, and also have difficulties with controlling his anger impulses. If there's food, he will just go and grab the food. And as the classes went along the way, even though the mom was there in the class with him, right, he's able to sit down in class now. He's able to participate, so when questions are asked, he doesn't verbally answer, but he will type on his iPad.
He types and then he shows a flashcard kind of thing, or
so type on the iPad, then press the sound, then the iPad will read it.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Does he have he what I don't know the term. I don't know the term, but can he speak, or does he have any speaking kind of
difficulties?
Yes.
Yeah. So he doesn't verbally communicate as much. He's able to, however, because of his anxiety, he doesn't do it as much. It was after COVID, according to the parents, that he used to like to travel, he used to like to go out and do a lot of things, but because of COVID, he started becoming anxious with social interactions and like going out. Yeah, so COVID actually really was quite a bad time for a lot of our clients. Yeah, so then eventually, like, because we let him use the iPad in class, then he can communicate more. He's smiling a lot more in the class.
Okay.
Yeah, and even though like there are other students that might trigger him, he is able to regulate himself. He doesn't like react back to them.
Yeah.
When there's food, he might want to, but he can stop himself. So you can see him actually stopping himself.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that you really can see that he has learned how to calm down, manage his impulses better, and regulate his emotions throughout the class. So I thought that was really amazing. Yeah.
Okay. So that is teenager. Teenager or adult?
Adult. I think he's in his 20s. Yeah.
Okay. So even adult also can have those kind of like, it doesn't matter what age you are. Does it matter? So of like the reaction or like the behavior, does age matters?
Okay, because for us, right, we work with individuals who have intellectual disability and or autism.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not those in mainstream, so it's those that are in special school, like as in those that graduated from spec school, right? And then typically their age range, like their biological age, is not the same as their cognitive or mental age. So let's say they are in their 20s now,
Yes.
they might still have a cognitive age of someone that is maybe in their early teens. Yeah.
So they will act differently despite the age.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Now we're going to come back to you because you know you're dealing with a lot of clients, right? And even as a therapist, or I mean, even as you going through your clients, I mean, you also do have your own like emotions to regulate. I mean, even if like those sitting down here as an adult, right? Even though yes, we, you know, sometimes okay, like I had this conversation before that sometimes we don't know that we actually have like mental health issue, right? Sometimes we think, oh, you know, like people are just angry or stressed, you know, it's just stress, you know, it's just, nothing much, you know, you just like sleep on it or you just, I don't know, go for walks, you know, and then after that you think that, oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with me, right, there's nothing wrong with me. But then, are there any like telltale signs, I'm talking about like adults, okay, maybe as most of us in this room, we're running our own business, solopreneurs, we're entrepreneurs, is there any telltale signs to know that, hey, you know what, maybe I need to check my mental health state? Like when is what are the telltale signs?
So because mental health has so many different things, right? So maybe if we talk about like burnout or burnout probably among entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Or if you start noticing yourself maybe like getting irritable more often.
Okay.
A good person to have that check-in with you is your spouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
your spouse or maybe your work partner. Someone that you are close to, and typically they get to see how you are on a day-to-day basis, right? So if you notice maybe the person more irritable, maybe more impulsive, those are some things that they can check in with you to see, hey, are you okay? If you notice yourself eating more or eating less, that's
it's not like hormonal stress eating, you know. You know, like for us women, sometimes we have hormonal that we just like binge eat. Does it consider that?
Men also eat.
Or men also.
Especially also, yeah.
So that's where you want to notice, right? So yes, hormones does play a part as well. But if you notice that it's not like just hormonal, at first you say, hormonal only. But then every single day also hormonal. Then
that one is a problem, right?
Then that's something that we might want to take note of as well. If your sleep, any changes in your sleep, you know, that physical, right? Sometimes stomach ache, headache, all these different things might be signs.
Not like indigestion, like I don't know, you eat something spicy and then you know you have some stomach ache. It doesn't.
So again, you know, like if you that day you eat something spicy, okay. But then if you notice yourself having like constant stomach issues, whether it's indigestion, whether it's constipation, all these things are not like normal. like not normal, it's something that you might want to get checked, right? If you go to a doctor say no, physically you fine, then you know that
then that's
psychological
then that's a sign that if the doctor say we're okay, but we're not okay, then it could be a psychological.
Yeah.
Okay. Or maybe what is the days range? Is it like after 3 days or after how many days?
Wow, and there's no further measure, but typically if we talk about like depression or anxiety, I think at least 2 weeks, like repeatedly, right?
2 weeks, okay.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Then, if like for yourself, how do you regulate your own emotion? You're running a business. You have to deal with emotional, charged clients. I mean, I imagine myself in your shoe. I don't know how I'm gonna survive one day. So how do you, juggle all these emotions and thoughts?
I laugh because I think it's a very good question. Some days also very stressed, but then typically what I do is I'll make sure that a few things. So one is I will exercise almost every single day. Every morning I will wake up, I will go to the gym. Yeah.
Okay.
If I don't go to the gym, I go and take a walk.
It's not stressful actually, not like this.
Then second is sleep.
Okay.
I will make sure that I sleep by 11 p.m. latest every single day, and I will wake up at 7. So I must have my 8 hours of sleep,
Okay.
no matter what. So
it's a non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable. I must sleep.
Okay,
Yeah.
I must sleep.
People ask me to go out, I say, I need to go home by 10.
So you want to buy the curfew? Got curfew.
Curfew by myself.
Okay.
Yeah. So my sleep is very, very important. Then I talk to anybody that will listen to me.
Anybody?
Like my friends, but of course selective friends. If I have any stress or anything, I will just message them. I also talk to my husband.
Yes.
Yeah, and then usually if really something is too stressed, for me I know how I need to manage it. I will watch a funny show. Because at that moment I'm not ready to deal with that emotion.
Okay.
So I will watch a show first.
Okay.
After my emotion has gone a bit lower, then I will come back and then see how I want to process it. Either I talk to someone, or now sometimes I even talk to, oh no, this is a bad thing, but I talk to ChatGPT.
That ChatGPT goes into
because I will prompt it to be my own, with certain prompts. Yeah, we just had a AI in mental health talk, and then I'm like, oh, I talk to ChatGPT. Yeah, but sometimes I talk to ChatGPT.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are the few things. Oh yes,
So we can ask, the stress you get, right? When you are doing as a psychiatrist, you are listening to people, right? Do you feel that their stress get transferred to you also?
That is something that actually does happen. For many therapists. Nowadays, not as much because I see lesser clients. But last time, possibly. That's why for us we must do our own supervision. So all psychologists, if you ever see a psychologist or counselor, make sure they have their own supervisor as well, so that they will, because what we do is we talk about cases to our supervisors, and then how those cases make us feel, and then we process those feelings there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're talking about talk about how you regulate your emotions, and sleep is very important. Okay, but are there any instances that when you're alone at 3 a.m., okay, anything that keeps you awake, whether it's excitement or fear, or you just sleep and then are you in a dreamland, or do you sometimes awake? How we sometimes we sleep, right? Suddenly awake at night, then for me sometimes it's a lot of random ideas. Yeah, that's for me. So I'm not sure about you guys. Do you wake up from nightmare?
Yeah, I'm weird.